Welcome to LinguaWire English B1. Today, we have two stories: Google's big AI spending and white foam on a highway in Nigeria. To help you follow today's episode, full transcripts and vocabulary lookups are available at linguawire.com. Google is making a lot of money, but it is also spending a huge amount to build AI. That creates a real tension. To explain that, here is LinguaWire's correspondent for technology, Bella. Bella, what changed in the latest numbers?
Alphabet, Google's parent company, said its revenue reached $119.8 billion in the quarter. That was up 23% from the same time last year. But the company's free cash flow went to negative $5.9 billion for the first time in at least a decade.
So the business is growing, but the cash left after costs is going the other way. That is the key worry, right?
Yes, the main reason is AI spending. The company now expects to spend up to $205 billion this year on AI from $190 billion before. A lot of that money is going into servers and data centers.
That is a huge bill, even for a giant company. Why are they still spending so fast?
The company says demand for AI still outpaces its investment. In other words, it feels pressure to build faster because the market is moving quickly.
And investors did not love the numbers, did they?
No, Alphabet's stock fell 4% in after-hours trading. This shows a common tech problem. Sales can look strong, while investors worry about the cost of staying ahead.
So this is not a simple success story. It is growth on one side and a very expensive race on the other. Now to Nigeria, where strange white foam on a highway has become a public scene and a safety concern. Here is LinguaWire's correspondent for environment, Sam. Sam, what do we know about it so far?
Nigeria's environmental agency has launched an urgent investigation after the foam appeared on the Kaduna-Abuja expressway. The agency warned people to stay away because the substance is still unidentified and may be a health risk.
And people are not just watching from afar. They are stopping to take photos, right?
Yes, hundreds of motorists have stopped since it appeared a few days ago, and many have shared pictures on social media. Some people thought it might be a chemical spill. Others were just curious because it looked unusual.
That mix of fear and curiosity is very human. One driver even said people were told clouds had fallen from the sky.
Yes, that was one of the first stories people heard. Another driver said it looked like snow. He also said he was afraid to touch it, while other people got very close.
So what is the latest official idea about the cause?
Preliminary findings suggest there was a spillage after a lorry was involved in an accident, officials say. But laboratory tests are still underway, so the agency has not said exactly what the substance is yet.
So for now, people have a warning, a theory, and still no final answer. First, 3 words from the second story. Foam, a soft mass of bubbles. In the story, it was the white foam on the highway. Example, sea foam covered the rocks near the shore. Distance, space between two things. In the story, the agency warned people to keep their distance. Example, please keep a safe distance from the road. unidentified, not known by name or type. In the story, the substance was still unidentified. Example: the package was unidentified when it arrived. Now the grammar point: has been and have been. We use has been and have been for something that started in the past and still happens now. Example 1. Alphabet has been spending a huge amount on AI. Example 2. Hundreds of motorists have been stopping to take photos. Repeat after me: have been stopping. New this month, the LinguaWire Field Guide. For every news theme, it gives you the 50 key words to know, the most important verbs and conjugations that cover 90% of the full month's news podcast episodes, and lesson sheets on the fundamentals, how sentences are built, how the articles work, with flashcard practice to test yourself on all of it. Find it at linguawire.com guide.